When you need us, we will be there. You may contact us at 724-463-4499, the John A. Lefdahl Funeral Home, providing dignity, compassion, and excellence.
It's the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. And good morning. We're glad that you're with us here today on this beautiful Friday. And we're so happy to welcome into the studio today two ladies during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month who are breast cancer survivors and are continuing the fight on behalf of others who have breast cancer or advocating for the early detection of breast cancer. It's a great issue that we have been following all month long with our Indiana Regional Medical Center folks. And so welcome into the studio this morning, Kathy Brilhart and Janet Luke. And they're going to talk about their journey with breast cancer. Ladies, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us. Our conversation this morning presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. So, Kathy, let's start with you and talk about your breast cancer journey. You are a patient of Dr. Clark. No,
Dr. Bill
Billamoria.
Yes.
Dr. Billamoria. And how long ago were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed in August of 22.
And then the journey begins for you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me about the diagnosis and how you felt when you received the news.
I had actually found the tumor, and then I had a mammogram and an ultrasound scheduled, and I had a biopsy, and I received a phone call that I had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, very scared because cancer had never had a very good outcome in my family for anybody that had it.
Yeah.
So it took a toll that way. But then within a few hours, I looked at my husband. I said, I want to go to the church and speak with one of our pastors.
Mm-hmm.
And it put me at ease.
Knocked you down a little bit.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. But that faith journey is a whole big part of this for you, isn't it?
That's what got me through it, yes.
Yeah. So the process from there, and your walk through this with the folks from IRMC, it's a really, and you can speak to this, it's a team approach, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of behind the scenes took place before my diagnosis as far as getting me set up with my appointments that I would need with other doctors that I didn't even know were in Indiana until I needed them.
Yeah. And the nurse navigator that IRMC works with, did you go through Hillman then?
Yes.
You went through Hillman?
Yes.
That's just an amazing organization, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. All good things about them.
So as this journey has progressed for you, I'm sure, me not having experienced it, I'm sure that there are steps and stages that you go through in terms of your battle and really your spirit and your mental approach too, are there not?
There is. I tried to stay positive. My family tried to help me stay positive. But there were also times that I felt like I had enough. And it got me down. But I knew I needed to do it. And even some of the testing afterwards. And I look at my husband, I'll be like, I'm just tired of going through. I'm tired of having the blood work taken. I'm just tired of this and I'm tired of that. But then I look at it and I say, if my story can help one person, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with having to go through what I went through.
So where do you stand right now?
I'm cancer-free right now. I just have testing that I have to go through. Every 6 months I'll have a mammogram, and then 6 months later I'll have a breast MRI.
Mm-hmm.
And just continue to follow up with my doctors and take a hormone blocking pill for 5 to 7 years.
Yeah. And we had with us earlier in this week, of course, the nurse navigator from the Women's Imaging Center, talking about how for them it's a long-term process for them. You'll be a part of their the whole family for quite a while, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. So that's your story, and obviously we're only touching on the beginning of it. Janet, let's talk with you and your journey. And you know, I don't know how different yours is from Kathy's, but every story is unique, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. As you start out, I always made sure that I went for my mammogram every year. Mm-hmm. And one year, I thought I felt a little ache, but I was living in Florida at that time, but they said, no, everything was all right. And then we moved up to the Greensburg area to be closer to family. and I went for my mammogram, and they said they thought they saw something, so I needed to have a biopsy, and the biopsy did show that I had cancer. So in my steps, I wasn't as worried. My sister had gone through breast cancer, and it's been 8 years, and she's had a double mastectomy and got through everything. So I kind of looked at her and knew every step that she went through that you normally have to go through with the chemo and then the radiation and then, some more other medicines that she had to take too. And I saw that she got through it just fine. And I thought, well, she can do it. I can do it. So I think I had a real strong feeling because of what she went through. And then the doctors over at IRMC, and I had Dr. Daniel Clark, and also his wife, Dr. Margaret Clark, did my biopsy. And they just made me feel so at ease. I knew they were going to take care of every step because, like Kathy said, I didn't know all those steps. I knew it kind of from my sister, but I didn't know, every little thing that, like she said, all the blood work and all the different chemos you had to have and the immunotherapies and things you had to go through and what it does to your body, and stuff too, how you feel and stuff. But I stayed pretty positive, and actually I felt pretty strong the whole time.
Now, you were diagnosed November of last year, did you tell me?
Correct. Yeah, this November 1st will be 1 year since I've been diagnosed.
So you're still in the middle of this, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, getting towards the end. Got the chemo done and got the radiation done, and now I'm continuing with immunotherapy. So
people talk about the battle, and there are days, as Kathy said, when you're sick. And you're going through it, and you're fighting that, and the fatigue, and the various things that you have to go through. It can really play on your mind, can't it? Yeah.
Yes.
But for you, having a sister who had gone through it, that probably, and I'm projecting here, that probably was a resource that you could draw upon.
Yes. Right. Yes. Because now that I'm going through it, then I ask her questions about whenever she went through it. So, did this happen to you, or did that happen to you, and stuff.
We talk to folks a lot about early detection and about finding the cancer before it develops into something major. And unfortunately, we can't always do that. Tumors grow fast.
Right.
And sometimes we just don't catch them as early as we would have liked to have, which adds complications, of course, to the whole process. Now, Kathy, you talked about your family history with cancer, which hasn't been very good.
Right.
But the way that the whole process of attacking cancer goes these days, it's really different.
It is very different. Very different.
Yeah. New meds, new procedures, new ways of approaching it. And in that sense, it's probably a pretty exciting thing.
It is. It's nice to see that it's changed. I don't recall anybody going through breast cancer in my family. I just remember an experience with my mom having leukemia, and just to see the difference in the way that things have changed in 20 years amazed me.
Oh, yeah.
And to see that there's a very good success rate with the breast cancer.
Yeah. Jan, that has to be pretty heartening.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And, the good thing is we already know, and I guess Kathy and I talked a little bit and was said that there's continuing. I mean, the doctors and the hospital doesn't just say, okay, your year's up, you're done with your therapies and stuff like that. See you later and stuff. You are always having checkups. Like every 3 months, I go to see Dr. Clark, and he just checks everything and asks me how I'm doing, and just to make sure that you are all right. And we know that they are there for us, and they always tell you if anything comes up, you let us know. You come in and see us. Even the radiation oncologist, when you went through the radiation and the burn was really sore. And he would tell you, if you feel bad, you just walk in. So, makes you feel good that
Yeah.
They're all very caring.
Yeah. That's good news. That's wonderful news to hear. I'm interested as well, Jan. You said you're you're living in the Greensburg area.
we are.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. How did you come to come to IRMC for your treatment?
My daughter works at IRMC.
Okay.
Kelly Garvin.
Uh-huh.
She works there. She's in the cardio rehab.
Uh-huh.
So she really.
I know her.
Oh, you do?
I
That's
do.
good. Isn't
Yeah.
she sweet?
She is. She is.
Yeah, she really recommended to see Dr. Clark and stuff. But I know of Dr. Villamaria too, because there's another patient that I went through radiation with. And actually, it was her mom and stuff. So now we're real good friends. So you know what? That's the other thing is when you're going through this, you're not going through by yourself. There may be strangers sitting right beside you. But you know what? Kathy and I already just meeting today have so much in common, and you just connect.
Yeah.
So you know what? You have a whole support system of everybody else that's going through it, especially when you're getting your chemos and you're sitting in the room. That room is 15 chairs, and every chair is full of someone getting chemo and stuff. And the same with radiation. You're sitting there, and there's a lot of other people waiting their turn to get radiation. So you're not alone.
No. No. Well, that's 15 stories too. Yes. You ladies are an inspiration. It is so good to hear from you today, to see you here with us. Tomorrow is the Love of Life 5K. Are either you going to be there?
I will.
You will be?
Yes.
You will be?
Yes.
It's a great event as well. Thank you so much for coming and sharing a story that really is an inspiration to anybody hearing it. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you for caring about us.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox News next, and then Kilmeade.
Get all of the power you need from the all-new 2024 Dodge Hornet all-wheel drive, starting as low as $39.88, and interest rates at 0% for 72 months, a savings of up to $11,834. Must qualify for all rebates and financing with Chrysler Capital. Or how about this lightning deal? The 2024 Ram 1500 4x4 Bighorn as low as $46,572. That's a savings of up to $21,388. Plus, ask about lightning deals on all in-stock 2,500 and 3,500 Rams, gas or diesel. Prices starting at $59,194, or the 2023 Chrysler 300 all-wheel drive as low as $41,488. Must qualify for all rebates and finance with Chrysler Capital. See dealer for details. Just call their lucky number at 814-948-7777. And you can check out the rest of their inventory on the web at luthercdjr.com. Luther Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Northern Cambria, where people still make the difference. And don't forget to tell your friends about them.
Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Lachine Aviation reminds us that with just 5,500 feet of runway, you can go anywhere in the world. Fly there, learn how, right here at Jimmy Stewart Airport. Lachine Aviation will show you how to safely take off, fly, and land your craft. This ain't your average hobby. You can do this. Fly for fun or embark on a rewarding career with great demand. Let Matt Lachine and the team at Lachine Aviation show you. Call 814-931-0910. You can do this.
Hey, what an exciting time of the year it is. Is that a high school band I hear? There's high school football. There's college football. Baseball playoffs. And even the leaves are starting to change. But one thing that remains a constant, and that is the Oldies Attic, Saturday mornings between 9 and noon. With the best music from the 60s through the 80s and some lost gems from the 50s. This is Bill Otto inviting you to join me every Saturday morning. It's the Oldies Attic on FM 101.1 and AM 1160, WCCS.
101.1 FM and AM 1160, WCCS, Homer City, Chambersville.
WCCS.
From joking on stage to campaigning on TV in the morning. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Former President Trump making the case on Fox and Friends for being elected again.
We had 4 years of greatness. We had the greatest economy in history. We had the greatest border.
And he talked about supporting among minorities the day after going to a barber shop in the Bronx in New York City.
With black men, I'm at 32% and 31%. This is sort of throwing their formulas off a little bit.
As for Vice President Harris calling the former president unstable, unhinged, and dangerous.
They are a threat to democracy. These people are misinformation people. They'll say, let's go out with this one. They've tried many different things. They tried, he's a dictator. He's going to take over the whole world. He's a this. Every week they try something else.
Now, last night, the former president cracked jokes, as is tradition, at the Al Smith Catholic Charities dinner in New York.
It's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Vice President Harris was not there, though. She sent a recorded skit featuring Molly Shannon reprising her Catholic schoolgirl role from Saturday Night Live.
Just so you know, there will be a fact checker there tonight. Oh, that's great. Who? Jesus.
Harris held a rally instead in Wisconsin.
America wants a president who will serve on behalf of all the American people.
Again, touting the Republicans who are supporting her, including former cabinet members from the Trump presidency. Today, both Trump and Harris will campaign in a toss-up state, Michigan. The suspect in the second Trump assassination attempt is asking the federal judge on his case to recuse herself because Eileen Cannon was appointed by the former president and dismissed the Trump classified documents criminal case. President Biden's in Germany for talks on further helping Ukraine battle Russia. He also commented on Israel killing Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, saying justice was done.
He had the blood of Americans and Israelis, Palestinians and Germans and so many others on his hands.
The Hamas official says there'll be no ceasefire until Israel withdraws from Gaza. America's listening to Fox News.
If your approach to everyday aches and pains is to mask them, feel better for a few hours only to have the pain return and then repeat the cycle all over again, it's time to try Relief Factor. And the good news is, Relief Factor makes that easy. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it. How? Well, its unique formula of ingredients helps support your body's response to inflammation. Relief Factor was developed by doctors. It's 100% drug-free, and for so many people, the results are game-changing, even life-changing. So give it a try. Right now, their 3-week quick start is just $19.95. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's